Alright, so we have implemented the web view as well. So the next thing we want to do is work on the view count. So each time any of these links are clicked, we want to record those clicks in the database. That way we will be able to show how many clicks any of these links got. Right, so first let's go to home, because this is we see the links here in the home. So we are using preview card to display each of these links. So here handle press, when these links are clicked, we execute this function, and this function basically navigates user to the link view screen. Right, now before we do that, let's do one more thing, and that is we can make requests to our backend so that we can increment the view and record in the database, save in the database. All right, so let me make this async, and let's use Axios. So await Axios dot put. We make a put request because we're going to update, and the URL is going to be, let's call it view count. View, actually let me use backticks. Backticks slash view count, and we want to send the link ID as well. Alright, so that way we can grab this link ID from the route params in our backend, and then find that link and add one more view to the view count. Alright, so that's all we need to do here. Now let's head over to our server and create this endpoint. So let's go to server, routes, link. Here we can create that link, router dot put, make a put request to view count, and we will be receiving the link ID. And then here we're going to execute a function called view count in the control. Okay, so let's import that from links control. So let's go to controller, link, and we can write that here, exports dot view count equals to async request response. Okay, so this tab line is just doing some crazy good stuff here. So we can find, okay, so let me just ignore that, but it's pretty awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try cat and error, console log the error. So here what we want to do is we want to try to increment the view count, right? So first we want to find the link, and we can find the link based on the request params ID. So you can see here const link equals await find by ID. In fact, we don't want to just find, we want to find by ID and update as well. Okay, so this is pretty awesome, but thanks to the tab line, but I'm going to just undo that and I will do it a little different. So await link dot find by ID and update. Okay, so we're going to find by request params link ID and increment views. Okay, so we find that's the first argument to this function, request params link ID. So we find the link by this ID, and then we increment. So this is the second argument, this is the object. It starts with $. That's the special method you can use with Mongoose, with MongoDB. So increment the views which we have in the link model. We have the views, so we just increment by 1. Let me quickly show you the models. Link, so views, you can see views, the type is number, default is 0, so that's the one we're going to increment by 1. Alright, and then we want to pass the third argument as well here, and that is observed true. And then all we want to do is send some kind of JSON response. Let's say okay, true. Okay, so when we do this, we don't actually get the link with the updated value. If you want, you can just try console log link view. Or actually, I haven't put it in a variable. I can put it in a variable if you want. Const link equals to, oh wait, find by ID, increment the views, and then we are console logging. So let's see what we get here. Okay, so let me try. Let me open the server console. Let me try clicking on this one. All right, so when we click, let me go to the home in the client. So we redirect, but not only that, now we made request, put request to our server. So let's see what we get here. Now you can see here we made request to our server, view count, but it's showing 404. Let me see what's going on here. API / view count. Oh, I forgot the / so that's important. View count. Now let's try with this. Let's try again. Okay, and you can see here we actually got the updated link. So we got the link. The views still 0, but probably we can, let me just double check here. Instead of observed, I think we can use new true. So that way this view increment immediately it applies, and then we get that updated the link from the database if we pass new true. So let's try with this one. Okay, let me click, come here, and this time you see views 2. Previously it was 1, and now it is 2. Now if I try again, we should immediately see that. You can see now it is 3. Okay, so that's perfect. We get the updated link here, and we can return that. This one we can return as a JSON response if we want to, but we don't really have to send that because we're going to increment the view in the client side. So we will, when it is clicked, we can just find this link from the array of links in the context and then increment the views by 1. All right, so we don't have to wait for the server response. We can immediately increment the count here, so that will be a bit faster. So user will be able to see the click increment immediately without waiting for server response. All right, so we're going to do that, so we don't have to send this as JSON response. We just send okay true. Okay, so that's done. It's working. When any of these links are clicked, the click has been recorded in the database. Okay, I didn't see the console log. Okay, so I'll comment this out. All right, so it's all working. That means now each time each of these links, we should be able to show the view count as well. So we're going to use icons for that. So we will be showing view counts, like, unlike, create a date, and the user icons, and then we will show some values written underneath the icon. Okay, so that will look awesome. So we're going to start working on that. So first one, we're going to work on showing the view count here.